Hey, y'all. What's going on, baby?
If it does get up,
hi, doggies. Hey, doggies.
The note that I was showing you.
Yes.
And that's
hello.
The dogs, whenever they go home,
Hi, beautiful.
They always test the people a little bit because they know that I'm not gonna let them do it. But when they get home,
Right.
they're like, "Let's see what we can get away
Right, she
with."
hasn't been around for 5 weeks. She don't know these commands.
Yeah. So they, they always test a little bit. So that's how you're gonna want to correct them. Gunny, here. Good boy.
Yeah, so it's a process they call generalization. Yeah, which, by the way, I'm Kelton. You're like
Hi.
random guy. What's going on?
Also
Hello?
ADHD.
Thank you for telling me
Also
things.
I've seen you in videos.
Yeah. Oh, good. Okay,
Yes.
then yeah, you've
yes,
seen me
you
around.
look familiar. Yes.
Good, good. Yeah,
He's only
I'm
like
Kelton.
kind of the other face of our company.
Yeah, me and Christian, we co-own.
Yeah.
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 So
All
I'm just
right.
going over with them how to use the leash,
Okay.
how to do a correction, the note marker, and
Yeah.
showing off how they're not pulling because when they first got here, Gunny pulled like there was no
Oh my
tomorrow.
God, he would take me out.
Quite the
in a
puller.
heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
They both were. The only difference is he came off as more like I'm gonna go where I want to go. She was just a crackhead.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I do, so like
Well, he wasn't gonna go where he wanted to go. He was gonna pull you and drag you
Yeah.
along with him.
Yeah.
Now, see,
Yeah.
when I lived in Nash County, it had metal fencing around the pasture. He'd shoot through it to
wow.
get out.
Yeah.
But if I yelled for him to come back, he would come back. She's like, "Screw you! I'm
doing stuff."
I got liberty. I'm taking off
Yeah,
until I
I'm
decide
busy.
to come back."
Yeah. Up.
What do you think?
Come on, Gunny.
Okay, so we've learned sit and stay is implied.
Yep.
Yes.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing a lot of times I like to do to start in like because like there's commands and stuff like that, and a lot of times you see a lot of commands like you probably saw Connor using a whole bunch of stuff in the videos already. And so you might have a little bit of a handle on, okay, they know certain commands and that you can see them doing them. But really, like, the crux of the matter is what I want to know is, in y'all's minds, what are you worried about? If that makes sense. Like, what is, like, the concerns you have about the transition back? What are you thinking
I
about?
just want to make sure that we retain what y'all tell us so that we can keep going with.
Yeah, the biggest thing was just the pulling, and when anybody came before, they got locked in the basement because
They don't know how to be normal.
They don't know how to be normal and don't know personal
They don't have to be
space.
normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, her parents flew in a couple months ago, and as soon as her dad sat down, he was up in his face, and I mean, literally up in his face on the couch.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
just a matter of keeping him.
That makes
both.
sense. Yeah. So one thing to think about, that's why I like to ask that question, because a lot of times I've done like hundreds of these go home lessons at this point. I used to do all of them. Now we have trainers that can do some of them, like, thank God. I'm like, Connor, please don't
There was a
quit.
time where it was 2 of them doing like 25 dogs a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, not a good idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't recommend. So the one thing that I learned is that, like, okay, I could teach you guys, okay, like, say yes, say no, say break or okay, or, teach you guys, okay, it's either come or here or heel, teach you guys all the commands, you guys go home, and then the family comes over or some friends come over and the dogs are like, yeah,
People.
right? And then you're like,
Gunny.
Gunny.
having to try to give
Gunny.
commands the whole time.
Gunny. Nope.
Gunny. Nope. Nope. There we go. So let me switch him out. Let me grab one. Well, I have one, you have one. Having two is always more difficult.
Oh,
Now, are you going to be walking both of them yourself, or will each one of you be walking one?
It'll probably be together.
It'll probably be one time a day that it's just me.
Yeah. So, Gunny, there we go.
Luna's
So-
a little bit, like, not as sick, so I don't know if you can tell.
Okay.
She's a little bit more responsive.
Yeah,
so
he
you
looks a
notice.
little droopy in his eyes.
He's-
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a little droop droop.
Yeah.
Little droop droop. So, when it comes to that kind of thing, right? So I want to prep you for those two things. First thing's the pulling, right? And right now you're like, okay, they're not pulling, sick, right? So like I can go, okay, let's go, Gunny. And Gunny's very sensitive to leash pressure, right? So the way we do it is we condition them to have certain response to leash pressure, right? That's what Connor did with them.
Okay.
Is you sensitize leash pressure, and it's also like the only way that you can really start teaching them stuff, right? Because the best ways to teach dogs are utilizing some kind of negative reinforcement. And then, and together with that, you put in some positive reinforcement. You could do play, you could do treats, you could do a whole bunch of different kinds of things. Connor did a lot of treats with them. He did some personal play, like, you know, that kind of stuff. And when you do that, the negative reinforcement always starts out with the leash for the most part. So there's leash, and then there's social pressure, where that would just be like where you're kind of right, and that's it. So he's like, well, what's that, right? Like, dogs respond to that, people respond to that. Like, if I walk up to you, and you ever talk to a close talker who's like right here, you're like, what the heck is wrong with you? Yeah, like, get out of here, dude, right? And so, like, what that is like, I'm putting a bunch of weird social, like, spatial pressure on you, and you're like, dude, like, that's too much, right? And so then your response to that's like, either like fight, or all right, bro, like, you know, it's going to be one of those two things. It's the same thing with the dogs, right? So you have that pressure.
He's not a fighter.
No.
I love to hear that because I'm
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah, so especially once you teach them what to do with it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you teach them what to do with the pressure, that's all it is. So you teach them how to respond to it. So, like, say he's out there, and if I don't give a command, I can just go like this. Right, and he came back over this way. Why? Because he felt a little bit of leash pressure. Or if he's right here, and I go like this, just a little tap, whoa, right? And he knows, okay, that means to sit down, right? Okay, come on, break it, yeah. And so whatever it is, this is how you start to apply pressure, and then you only add the e-collar in after that, right? So that works great with all the commands. So that's the very, like, first thing for pulling, right? Because pulling is impossible if you're sensitive to leash pressure, right? Like, say that I attached like a line to your pocket.
Is he sensitive to it because of the collar that you guys have on him?
I think about it like this. That is what I call a force multiplier,
It's
right?
what?
A force multiplier,
Okay.
right? So it makes it easier to communicate with the dog, right? Because I cannot count the number of people that I've had them bring the dog, and then I'm like, all right, have you used any tools or anything like that? And they say, yeah, we've used a prong collar. And I'm like, all right, let's see how it goes. Like, because a lot of times what they meant by using the prong collar is they just slapped one of those on there and it was kind of loose.
Right.
And then they just did this and they went on a walk, and then the dog starts pulling them and their dog's just pulling them. And at first they're kind of like, ooh, that's uncomfortable. And then they're like, all right, I think I'm strong enough to just pull through it. And then you have dogs just like dragging you down the road on a prong collar, like they don't even feel it.
Like, they don't care.
They just don't care at
That's
all.
like when Christian said about the e-collars and the prong collars. I was like, all right, we'll give it a shot. But I had the e-collars for both of them.
Yep.
And we went camping last year or year before, and I had his all the way up to 99
Yeah,
See,
to get him to stop barking.
He didn't care about
He'd just look at you like, fuck you. I'm gonna
exactly.
keep
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
interesting because actually after the training, I keep it relatively low. Like, I
Good.
keep it on like a 15 out
I
of
like
90.
it. Good.
Because the thing is, you turn it up too high, and a dog like Gunny, you start barking commands at him, you turn the e-collar up, he's just gonna like shut down.
just like anybody else, they
Right.
freeze.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Yeah.
no, he just kept barking.
Yeah,
Didn't phase him.
yeah.
because he probably, when you were doing that, genuinely told me, like, I don't know why you're stopping. Now he knows why. So when he feels it on like 15, he's like, no, come on, buddy. Yeah, what you put on like a 15, if you do the note marker, e-collar on 15, it'll be done.
Yeah.
15, like, I mean, the highest I ever go is like a 25 out of
Right.
like
Yeah.
90.
Yeah.
Basically 99. So
99, yeah.
Yeah,
And all that
so-
depends on, though, the only thing that can change that is there's the 3Ds, right? That's how we raise criteria. So other than just getting them to do it correctly, there's also duration, right? So if you have to do it for longer, that's harder.
Right.
Or there's also distance. So if it's like a command like sit or down or place or something like that, then it's also going to be like how far away are you, right? And then the last one is distraction. That's going to be the bigger one in this case with most things, because both of the things that you guys were concerned about involve distractions, right? So why do dogs pull? Because they want to go see the things that they're looking at. And then why do dogs, jump around and act crazy when company comes over? Because they're like, this is awesome.
Somebody new to play
Somebody
with.
new to play with. I want to be all up in this, right? So then the question is like, okay, well, what do you do with that? So I'll quickly share kind of like our training philosophy. And you'll see why it's relevant to those two issues in particular, right? So the first thing is like, well, when we first get a dog, what do we do? Right? Well, Christian does an evaluation, but then when the dog comes to us, I do another one, right? We do another one, whoever the trainer is, we evaluate them again, right? Because then we have a little more time with the dog, we're learning about them. And if you don't evaluate properly, then you end up doing the wrong thing. It doesn't make any sense, right? So you do an evaluation, you evaluate, you try to figure out, okay, what's going on with the dog? Because you can make mistakes really easy, right? You could think that the dog's doing something because they're stubborn, and they could be doing it because they're confused. They're confused, or they haven't learned yet, or they're unsure, right? So maybe they've had one thing happen and they're predicting, like, I've had a dog before where I recalled them and they started coming to me and then they went like this. And you know what they were waiting for? Shock, right? So they had gotten shocked before with bad timing. And so then they thought, oh, they recalled, that means I'm gonna get shocked.
Right.
And it's like, oh, no. That's not what we want them to learn, you know? Like, we want them to learn, come back to me, and it's awesome.
Right.
So then it's like, okay, when you evaluate, well, then what do you do with that? Do you, give them verbal encouragement and be like, Gunny, here, come on, buddy, let's go, yeah. Good, right? And that's it. Or do you, I don't know, shock them and fulfill their prediction, right, to their own dismay, and then you just make them less likely to come back to you in the future. Right.
Good girl.
You do, obviously, I think, I try to make it obvious, right? Option A, right? So that's the first kind of point, right? You want to pay attention, like, what's happening with the dog as best you can.
Right.
And even though you're not professional dog trainers, you are dog handlers, right? And you want to be competent, proficient dog handlers.
Yes.
And that's more than just knowing the commands.
Yes.
The best thing to do is, you guys love your dogs, pay attention. How are they feeling? Ask yourself at any moment, like, if I was them and I had a dog brain, right? What would I be thinking? You know, would I be like confused? Do they look confused? Do they look sad?
I'm bouncing off the goddamn walls.
Yeah, right? Like, figure out what's going on with them, right? Why are they doing stuff? So that's the first little thing, right? Evaluation. The second thing that we try to get is cooperation. That's the very first, that's the foundation of everything else. So that's why I preach really hard against things like heel grinding, is what I call it, right?
Okay.
Heel grinding is a common disease. It is when you grind your dog in the heel all day. You go on a walk and they're just like stuck here to your leg for like an hour. Now, that's not to say you can't have your dog in a longer duration heel.
Right.
We do that all the time.
Right.
I'm sure Connor had Gunny and Luna each in a heel for probably 10 minutes in a row, right? Exactly, yeah. And there's nothing wrong. The dogs should be able to do that, right? We teach them where they can do that.
Yeah.
But then the question is, in practice, how often does one actually need to do that?
Right.
And so then the question kind of comes like, well, what's the purpose of the walk? Are you walking because
Luna, here.
you want to like improve their heel? Or are you walking because you want them to sniff stuff, right?
That's what they want to do.
Yeah. And so that comes to like the third
they
pillar,
wanna do.
right? Which is fulfillment.
Luna, sit.
So that cooperation is kind of like you're trying to help them have fulfillment, right? So if they find that fulfilling, I encourage it. I'm like, dude, you want to pee on that tree, dude? Oh yeah, heck yeah, pee on that tree. Yeah, do it.
All he wants to do is pee on everything.
So like what I would say is, as long as it's something that you
On your
can
wheel.
pee on, right?
Yeah.
Like if they're in a store, be like, nah, right? That's a
Yeah.
no-no zone. You don't pee on anything inside.
Right.
But if you're outside, I'm like, dude, go pee on it. I think you probably want to, right? And I'm like, go pee on it, right?
No.
So
Let's go.
teaching them to do that and making that okay. My favorite thing to do is like if I was over there, I'd just walk the tree line, right? And I'd let them go in the trees. That's why we use flexis. Because we don't want people going home and then sticking them here for their every walk.
Right.
Instead, 90% of the walk is out here,
Yeah.
and then you use the heel as a command that is functional.
Yeah.
Right? So like say, as an example, a lot of times I use it when somebody's walking towards us and they have a dog, or maybe they just not super interested in greeting dogs, right? And so then I'll put them in a heel, walk by those people, and then say break, and let them go.
Now heel is to stop them.
Heel is just to have them walk beside. That's all heel is. And we do a pet dog heel. So if you've ever seen a competition style heel, like a sport dog heel, they're doing this jank. Your dogs don't do that. Right? Nor do they need to. It's very tiring.
Yeah.
The other thing about a competition heel is that they could be like
Hip.
over there, like
Hip.
like on the sidewalk,
Come
if
on.
you will. And I'll say
Good job,
heel,
Gunny.
and the dog will like just come right here.
Like a heel entry.
Yeah. Whereas like that heel is not.
It's not always necessary.
Yeah. I'm
So
gonna be honest, Gunny's not about that life.
no. Well, and that's also a generalization question.
No.
Like, in order to get them to do heel entry from different places, you have to practice from different places. But the reason we don't do it very often is because what entry point do you actually need? I'll show you. Gunny. Heel. Heel. Come on. Nope. Heel. Good. That's the only entry point you need, right? Is right there. When you're walking with them already and you need them to be in a heel with you. So normally they're out ahead a little bit and then you ask them to slow down, you get them into a heel, you say heel, and then you just want them to stay here.
Okay.
Now, for a pet dog heel, it can be wherever you want it, right? It doesn't have to be this. It could also be that, or that, or a lot of the dogs I work with will end up doing this, where they're slightly behind. Any of those aren't really problematic.
Right.
As long as they're not going off that way or running out ahead of you.
Yeah.
So then that turns into the question of distraction, because are they going to ever do that? Guaranteed. I'm telling you they're going to do it at some point, right? Because that's just a generalization to you, the handler, and then also to proofing, right? So distractions, they might encounter something new. You could see in the videos, they took them in a bunch of stores, they took them to parks, they let them walk by dogs, by people and stuff like that. So they know a bunch of different places,
Right.
but you might take them somewhere we didn't, right? In the past several weeks, we didn't take them everywhere they could go,
Right.
right? So then you have to know how to correct it. So with the pulling, if they are in a heel, I almost called you Christian. He's not Christian. Connor, you want to show them what to do if they're in a heel and they kind of come out of it?
Yeah.
We'll see if Luna comes out of it or not.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Gunny's like, I want to go too.
All right. So the main thing with correcting a heel is, like he was talking about, making sure that they're not like getting distracted with everything going on. They're focused on like, okay, I need to be kind of in like a box, right? I mean, like he was talking about, it's not like a competition heel, but it is roughly a box. Okay. So, Luna, good. Okay. So I usually tighten the leash like this. I mean, just to help it out a little bit. Heel. So
He's trying to heel now.
Gunny, stop. Alright, so he's pulling just a little bit. So you just want to like pop it, like, nope. Alright, ready?
Just tell him let's go first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go. He's so energetic. And
Yeah.
they're both sick. It's driving me.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right.
Alright. Heel. There we go.
And you see how he's paying attention? So Luna's paying attention right now, and that's important. So you want to see her paying attention to what you're doing, instead of one of the things that you might see a lot of times in a heel is you want to prevent them from like sniffing everything.
Sniffing.
Yeah,
That's a very important part of the heel right there. When you say break after the heel, you should see them kind of like
you should see him take off.
get out of the mode almost.
Yeah,
But basically,
be
with
free.
the correction which you were talking about
Yeah.
is
it's just a little leash pop.
if they look down, they start to like pull away a little bit. You saw Luna when I turned around; she tried to kind of go to the other side. That stuff, just pop it, bring them right back to where they were, and just keep going.
Yep,
If they shut down just a teeny bit, like Luna did,
verbal encouragement.
just use a redirect, which the redirect lets go.
Okay.
So the main difference between like the redirect versus the recall is if I say a recall, she's gonna come and sit right in front of me. Whereas a let's go is just kind of like, all right, you're distracted, let's keep moving this direction. So like, let's say I'm walking and she's distracted and I go, Luna, let's go. And she's just gonna kind of start walking with me. It's not necessarily like I'm gonna come up to you and just flop right in front of you.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is a very long leash.
Your name ain't Luna.
He heard let's go and said, all right, let's do it. Like, yeah. So,
Like if I go here.
right, that's what you want out of the here, is they come to you and sit, or they come and they're at least paying attention to you, right? Whereas with the let's go, I use it primarily on walks because most of my walk, again, is like this, right? So I'm going on a walk like this, they're doing their thing.
Right.
Gunny, let's go. Let's go. This way, let's go. And all I'm wanting for them to do is come in the same direction I'm going. That's it, right? Whereas if I'm doing a recall, Gunny, here. I want to see that. So they're very different, right? So if you say, let's go, you're just trying to get them to go in the same direction as you. Whereas if you say here, like he said, you want them to actually come to you and sit. Okay, break, good boy. And then you can get them out of it.
With them, especially, well, mostly him on
Yeah.
walks, back and forth,
Zigzagging.
zigzagging across the walk while we're doing it.
Mm.
That, you know, they're getting tied up.
Yeah.
We're getting tied up.
Yeah, yeah. So that's always a problem. Yeah. So were you walking them on 6 foots? Like just regular, like short leads?
Yeah. it
Just
was,
regular, like a
it
leash
had
about this long?
Well, it had a loop at the handle, and it also had one down low to
Okay.
draw them in tight.
So probably about here-ish.
Yeah.
8 or 10.
Oh, 8 or 10, yeah. Oh, wow, that's longer than almost everybody we work with. Yeah, most people walk them on something much shorter.
Luna, sit.
Yeah, because it had the handle.
Nope,
Nope.
No.
Sit.
nope. We'll get to that second problem because this is exactly the issue with the other thing, right? Because what we don't do, we don't teach them never to do something that they find fulfilling.
Right.
Instead, we teach them context. And then we teach them a command that gets them to stop doing it, right? But yeah, to your point, you were asking about like the crossing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you have 2 options. One option, you can have them both heel. I don't like that option very much, at least not for long periods of time,
Right.
right? The other option is you can have the flexis and let them go out further. But then, like you said, then there's the tangling problem, right? So I think that, how were they doing earlier when you were working with them? You said you were using a technique where you had both in the back pocket. How did it go?
That was a fancy word for me to say I was goofing off and putting 2 leashes in my butt.
Yeah. So
All right.
I actually do that too.
Just this right here.
yeah.
Sometimes if I need both my hands free, like
I normally stick it in my back, like the way you would stick a gun in the back of your
Yeah.
jeans, or you can
this
put them in your
leash
back
is
pocket.
significantly larger, so I don't know if the legs.
It'll fit.
Well,
Flip it. Yeah. There you go.
I've just been doing this. That way, it looks kind of goofy. But let's go. Woo!
They do have a thing around the waist that you can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you have e-collars, you can very easily control where they go.
Right.
I mean, I think you always have to stay on top of it a little bit. But at the very least,
I think they're dogs and they're gonna sniff and they're gonna walk where they want to.
And
walk.
you want them to.
We have to.
Yeah.
And they're gonna cross and tangle.
Yeah.
And it's just what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Now, but
They
there,
don't know how to walk a straight line.
I will show you one thing. Gunny,
Luna, let's go.
come on, dude. Good job. Let's go. Yeah, it's
What
always
I've
an
been doing
interesting
is
question.
I'll take a leash out of my pocket and just cross them over. It's pretty convenient to just kind of take them out, put them back in.
Yeah. But with 2 leashes, the other option that you have is you can hold them in the same hand. And then you can choose a length. Like this. And lock them. Let's go, guys. Come on. But frankly, I normally do 2 with flexis because otherwise you will get a little bit of a tangle.
Yeah.
So if you have them both unlocked with flexis, let's go. Hey, Luna, good job. Hey, Gunny, get out of the water. Come on. Come on.
He likes the water.
Very much. Or not so much.
Well, because it's a lab.
Well,
For water retrieval.
she's actually 50% lab.
I was told that because Kristen had the 2 dogs over there. And 2 dogs. And like, oh, they look in the lab. I was like, what dog is that? She's like, "It's like, I was like,
Let's go.
I had Benfield did a DNA on her. She's 50% lab and 12.5%.
Come on.
6 other breeds.
Carrier one of them?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Yeah.
She looks like one.
Right?
Yep.
She's got the wiry hair, but no terrier.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shih Tzu.
I could see that.
Which kind of makes sense, yeah.
We have a Shih Tzu on property. So,
Sit.
yeah, I could see it a little bit.
Yeah, and
Nope, sit.
I think Spaniel
sit.
was in there.
Okay.
There you go. Good
She's
job.
adorable, whatever the mix
My
is.
phone's in the car. I always keep the screenshot of it.
Recently taught myself how
Because
to
nobody can
groom her,
believe it.
so.
Yeah, when I get her haircut, they always leave the beard. I'm like, she has lab in her. Get rid of the beard. I can't stand that beard on her.
I just like the face she makes when she looks up. She looks like she's ready to just jump and go crazy. It's adorable.
Well, just like, if we're in the kitchen and
Yeah.
she wants to give him a treat or,
Yeah.
a piece of fruit or something, try to get her to sit still was an act of
Yeah.
God. I mean, she'll sit and then she jumps right back up immediately.
I will say of the two, my challenge, if you will,
Is her.
was her.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Because there was a while where like she would
Because
sit.
I got sit and stay out of him for a while.
But
And
for
her,
like-
I could barely get sit out of, and that's when I was
I could
like,
get it out of her
can't
for
do
like 2 seconds in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly.
she'd kind
2
of start
seconds.
doing like a
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo run in place type
Yeah.
thing, like Shaggy would do, and then she'd just be like boom and just take off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
They're doing a lot
Like I
better
said,
now.
they are doing a lot better.
Yeah.
I just taught her how to regulate
Yeah.
her energy, so she could still be like a crackhead and energetic.
We saw the video in the
Yeah.
Home Depot the one day, and you had her sit, and you went and
Did
walked
something
down
else?
another aisle, and she's sitting there in that tail. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, the
I'm just
tail
waiting
moving
for her to
back and forth.
jump. I know she's gonna jump.
Yeah.
And she stayed. I'm like, you gotta be kidding
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
They can do it. Yeah.
They're
So-
doing
Gunny actually, like like I said, he's kind of under the weather, but normally he's very like his commands. I had a lot of his commands down like way
Yeah.
earlier.
Well, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Now, is there
He
any,
was
is there any
easier
hand
to, for me
commands?
also, but
Especially
That's for a
with
sit.
the involved.
Fist?
Yeah, just raise your fist up above their face like you have a treat in it.
to sit.
Yep.
Okay,
it
see, I
says-
always went like this, and he would sit.
Oh, yeah. Whatever works. Yeah. We normally do this.
Okay.
Is that what you did with them, Connor? Like this?
In the beginning, I was using treats, and then they just learned it off of the keyword, and I didn't have
Yeah.
to do it anymore.
So you will get it to verbal only. That's one of the things that we make sure we do.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have to do a command forever.
Yeah.
But good thing is that when you're either luring or doing something else, you teach them something naturally. So then you can just say you want to be quiet for some reason. You could do it just that way. Gunny,
Yeah, with her, it was
Gunny.
more about just when she would get up.
so you could just do that. Okay. Good job.
Usually you call it.
Gunny, sit. But you can also just do it verbal only. Right.
It's like the maintenance with her, keeping her here, because I'm sure you would like to keep her
Uh-huh.
here. The maintenance of the e-collar is going to be very crucial
Okay.
to that. And we're not like out here zapping the fudge out of these dogs. It's very similar, like a pins unit or something.
Yeah.
I've actually personally worn one on my arm just
see
to
what it
see how it feels. It's
Yeah.
I'm not like commandeering your dogs. So
I mean, if you looked on Instagram long enough, you'll find some videos of me wearing it on my neck. So
Oh, well, I didn't go back
yeah,
that far.
and letting a
Alright.
client pretend like I'm the dog.
Letting
So
the client, wow, that's trusting.
Yeah, the e-collars I wasn't
Oh,
worried about.
they
The
shocked
Zap
me when I
ones, I'm not a
shouldn't have
fan
been
of.
shocked as well. So I was confused.
So I
Yeah.
figured just since we're on the topic of the e-collar,
Yes.
I could show you how to use it really quick. So the pocket already has a leak. So both of these are programs. Right. So the one that I have in here, Luna, sit. Sit.
Oh yeah. What's up, big dude? Let's go. Gunny, here. Nope. Gunny, here. Here. Sit. Gunny, sit. Good. Good job. Gunny. Let's go. Good job. Let's go. Gunny, let's go. Come on, bub.
So he knows what it. He knows what that. It's like a lightning bolt right there.
Yep.
You see it? Yeah.
Yep.
And that's and you hit the plus and minus to turn it up. It
Okay.
goes in increments of like 1, so you can go
Oh.
from 0 to
Okay.
90.
Yes. Yes.
And again, yeah, it's just that unlock.
Most of them are fairly similar. I have a weird one.
Yeah.
Sit. No, no. Sit.
Huh?
Sit.
Oh,
Mine's a little different.
they can't see. He has a finger button on his hand that
Oh.
triggers his e-collar.
They're pretty cool.
He's
They're like
got a
$250 though.
Got the Batman e-collar.
Yeah. Come on, boy. Come on. Yeah.
So that's
All
pretty.
right,
I
what
mean,
else?
they're pretty straightforward. Like I said, they are both synced to each e-collar, so you're gonna make sure you don't accidentally cut.
Yep.
You don't need
Yep.
to. So
What I normally recommend is getting a like a reflective
Yeah.
sticker,
Yeah, we'll
And
put their
tag
names on it.
colors and put
and
names. Yeah.
the
Yeah, I
e-collar
have the white out pens that we can just put their initials on.
Perfect.
and the e-collars when we get them in your car and stuff, I'll show you how to take off the e-collar.
Okay.
What? Because obviously they're like a one size fits all, so you have to kind of know how to put it on. So where if you put it on too loose, it's like ineffective, and if it's too tight, all you're gonna do is just like really.
Well, you can choke them out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
choke it off.
I done it
So-
by accident before where I walked over and I looked and I was like, man, like you seem off. And then like I looked at their eyes and their eyes were like a little red and I was like, oh, I'm choking you. Oh no. Yeah.
And how to obviously turn it on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
So,
It's unlikely you'll do that because they're not super long-haired dogs.
And when
Yeah.
we do, I actually forgot.
Does all this stay on them all the time? or?
You're gonna wanna whenever you go on a walk, right? Leave that on.
I would say most of the time,
Most
but
of
not
the
when they're sleeping,
Yeah.
right? But even and it depends on the situation.
We have
Yeah.
a 3 level townhouse. They're allowed
Yeah.
on levels 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I work from home, so they are
Got it.
mainly downstairs with me all day,
Got it.
laying around being lazy because
Yeah.
we got nothing else to do. They do have in and out access to the yard, but
What I would say is, if they're laying around being lazy and they're not doing anything, do they do anything stupid?
no.
Okay, then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, like if there's a time where you need to reinforce it, then it's very convenient to have the tools on. If you're in a situation where like they're not doing anything and you don't have any behavioral issues in those scenarios, and you're not really even asking them for that many obedience commands, and you don't really need a lot of ways to reinforce it, you could just reinforce it verbally, well, then they don't need to have it on. But if you're taking them out on a walk, or if you have people over and you want to have them out, then yeah, have the tools on. That way you can easily reinforce. Because with this, like, you don't have to have a leash on it to grab it at the base of it where this little O-ring is.
Okay.
And you could just
No.
do like that if you need, right? And they look like medieval torture devices. But
I know.
yeah.
Hi, honey.
But normally they're just kind of like necklaces.
And the last thing I do need to remember is when we do put the dogs in the car, I unfortunately forgot the medication.
Oh, okay. We can go back and get them.
Yeah.
We'll bring them over to you. Yeah. One of us. I'll probably head out while he's doing the sign, and
They both have.
I'll bring them over for you.
Gunny has.
It's just antibiotics.
I know. Do they need it tonight or?
We gave it to them today, I believe.
Is it once a day or every 12 hours?
It's every 12 hours.
Every 12 hours. So they'll need it
Need
tonight.
it again.
Yeah.
They will. So we'll get it to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Fortunately, we caught it early,
Yes.
so
thankfully.
that's why we have that vet where
the
it's like.
second-
Yeah.
You
No,
gotta
I
deal with
noticed a
them.
little cough, but the second it like picked up at all, I was like, okay, we just
okay.
Yeah.
taken care
I
of.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, you know, I
Nice.
become attached to each dog that
I
I
would imagine.
work
Yeah.
with.
I
So
would imagine.
you know, there's always a little part of me that's like, what would happen if I just stole their
Kept
dog?
the dog.
Nope.
And they never, like, we had this retriever, and I'm like a
Sit.
sucker for going to retrievers. I was like, what would happen if magically their owners disappeared and then I had to keep the retriever? No,
Luna.
I joke,
sit.
of course, but yeah.
Luna,
Sit.
sit.
Honey.
There you go. Good job.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah. So the other situation though that I wanted to talk about was the calmness with people, right? So there's something that I call window theory. And by the way, I'm recording most of this, so you'll get to see it again.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. 'Cause I do that on purpose.
Okay.
That way you can see, okay, this is all the stuff they talked about, because you might not remember everything.
Yeah.
Right. And if I gave you a transcript, it'd be like a book. And I don't mean, if you were going to read a book, you could have just read it and trained your dog yourself.
Right.
Potentially.
I bought a book to train them in.
It didn't work out. Right. Okay. Yeah. So with the windows, there are 4 windows, and those windows, it's like a window theory. Like you have a window pane, 1, 2, 3, 4 window in the window pane, right? And those are representative of context in the dog's life. So one context is obedience, right? That's one of the things we teach them. So normally off the bat, dogs don't have an obedience context. They don't know any obedience commands. There's no such thing, right? So we install that, we teach them the obedience, and then you can use that context whenever you need to, right? You can use the obedience. But the other 3 are a little bit more natural. But in recent times, it's become more difficult for people, and that's why we end up getting a bunch of clients, honestly. So the first one is just unsupervised play. They're just doing whatever they want. Just complete freedom, and they're just running around like lunatics, right? A dog's somewhat natural state. They're just having a great time doing whatever. And that's completely fine in the right place, right? So if you think about, like, in your life, where is a good place for that? Backyard, right? You put them out in the backyard and they go nuts and you don't care. Doesn't matter. As long as when you ask them to come to you, which is the obedience context, they listen, then you're fine, right? The second one is
Luna, sit.
cooperative play with you, right? So whatever you like doing with them, fetch, throwing the ball, playing tug, personal play, just like, just something like that. It's like, or like, I don't know, a lot of times dads like to wrestle with their dogs. I do. I wrestle with my dog. Can't help it. Really hard for me not to do it, but and then my wife's like, she jumps on me. I'm like, that might be my fault, you know.
I had a dog that makes this dog look low drive. One time, the dog would just like, it was a full breed lab, and a pure breed. And he was crazy. I could actually put the tug in his mouth, and he would actually hold it while I was flinging it in the air.
I don't know if it's a texture thing or what, but he won't fetch anything.
Yeah, he doesn't care about the ball.
Nope.
No.
She loves to play, him not so much.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I noticed that he liked it if I just came up and rubbed on him or gave him food.
Yep.
It was like,
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, food. He ain't gonna throw food
Yeah,
down.
he's very much.
Yeah, actually, I tried to
Food
convince him.
for
I'm like, play with him. I'm like, get him to do like the play fetch and stuff. And he was like, I don't know, dude. This dog likes food.
Yeah.
When I lived out in Nash County, a buddy of mine has a AR that he built that he put a barrel on that you can launch tennis balls.
Shoot tennis balls out of?
And
he'll like look at it. But
she would haul ass to get it.
No.
Yeah.
Him, he'd take 3 steps like, fuck that.
I'm not doing that. Yeah.
Turn around, come right back to us.
Exactly.
He kind of gives me this look of like, I'll throw it, and at first he'll start to look at me. He's like, I'm not paid enough for this. So he just walks away.
Yeah.
And
He's like,
the
yeah, no,
rope,
you got the
rope
wrong
toys and stuff, we'll put them in his mouth, and as soon as he gets it in his mouth, he spits them out. I don't know if it's the texture or what.
It might be a lot of work it would be probably a lot of work to get him to do it. And I've been successful getting dogs who didn't want to play, but sometimes just in different ways. But if he works really well for food, in this case, you'd probably be fine. Right?
Yeah.
If he even sees it.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
because
know.
we would,
He got aggressive after a while.
Really?
Yeah.
But fortunately, there is another thing
liked it, but-
that makes it where you don't have to have food on you at all times, because he will work for one other thing. Because there is something that he is super motivated for that's not play and not food.
Attention.
He wants to go see stuff,
Oh God, yes.
like
yes.
badly. Like he wants to leave,
Yes.
right? So you can use that, right? So like say I'm walking around, Gunny, let's go, come on dude, yeah. Right, say I'm walking around and I ask him to do something. Gunny, sit, right? Well then I can say, break, go, right? And then I can just let him do stuff. And then he's happy with that.
That's his reward.
Yeah, that's it. Because now he's happy, he's free.
For the 900th time.
Yeah, so like I worship at the altar
Yeah.
of negative reinforcement.
Yeah.
and the release command, which in this case is break.
Break.
You guys did break with them, yeah.
Yeah.
So I always use either break or okay. Lately, I don't know why, been using a lot of okay. But break and then let them go do whatever they're gonna do.
Okay.
So think about what the dog actually wants. Sometimes they don't even want the treat. They don't care. Have you ever had either one of them blow by you when you were trying to give them a treat? No? Okay. I've had it happen with a lot of dogs. I didn't work with them very much. He worked with them a bunch.
Gunny would not blow by if you had food.
He might not, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we would clean our kennels like in every morning to make sure the dogs are nice and clean and
Yeah.
sanitary and everything. And we have this little spot that we'll I'll put them in so I can get everything clean. And once we clean it, we bring food, water in, and we refill the water buckets. And I'd bring the food in. And Gunny, I would swear his eyes went in. Like,
Oh,
two
yeah.
different directions. He'd be like,
I know
oh
that
my
look.
God.
Oh, I
And
know that look.
I'd
Yeah.
set the
Yeah.
food out and he'd
Oh,
just
yeah.
get more crazy. And all I
Yeah.
have to do is slightly open that latch and he just bolt through.
Yeah.
We have a
Yeah.
water heater.
He acts like he's starving.
Yeah. So those are your two options. You can use the food,
Yeah.
and you can also use the
Break.
release into whatever environment he's interested in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the water heater room is where their food and their treats are. And if he could be upstairs in the kitchen, if he hears that magnet separate on the door, he will bolt down those steps and just sit there and pray
Wait.
that you're pulling a treat
Yeah.
out for him.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw him pass by food.
Pass by food. No.
In fact,
he would
Yeah.
never.
I saw him try to eat other people's food.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
He eats hers all the
He
time.
Uh-huh.
That's
Actually-
and I'm like, that's why you're fat and why she can't gain weight.
Yeah.
Actually,
You
when he
eat
was
her
a puppy,
I would just feed them separate.
I do. There's,
Yeah.
They're,
do.
they're,
Oh,
they
you
have
mean
separate
separate
bowls.
times?
Either separate times or put one of them in a crate. Let them eat
Or
in the
just
crate,
separate areas.
and then or like separate rooms, and let them eat, and then
We've done
Let 'em
that.
go.
See, when he was a puppy, she'd be eating, and he inhales it. She takes her time.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
eats his
So-
water.
Oh yeah.
I know.
So she'd be sitting there just picking at it and stuff. He'll start barking at her. She'll eventually get the shits of him, and she'll just walk away
Yeah.
and be like, "Screw this."
yeah,
And then I got to go and feed her again
Yeah.
because she didn't get to eat.
yeah. No, that's what
Not
I would
too
do.
much of it.
Just separate them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's really not too much of that. I think for the most part.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
If you guys are good, they're good.
Yeah.
Which speaking
Ultimately, it's what you're good with.
I
Yeah.
think in the beginning he ate a lot of her food, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
We're
I'm
speaking
down
on
there
the
with
topic
him,
of food
so-
while I'm just thinking
Yeah.
about it. With the medication,
Yeah.
with what I've been doing, with what I did with the food today, just to make it really easy. Because I was not worried that Gunny was gonna not eat.
He's gonna take his food,
I
so
was-
he's gonna take the meds.
And
No, but her, you
Luna,
gotta-
she actually took it too. What I
Okay,
did
I'm
is I
glad.
put just a spoonful of peanut butter on top of the food,
Okay.
and then put the medication on it, so then they just eat it all at once.
Okay.
And you don't have to
Because if they're gonna lick the
down a
peanut butter,
dog's
they
throat.
can't spit the pill out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we've done it with
So put the
with
pill
bread.
on top of the peanut butter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like nestle it in there.
So they both
'Cause
have
she
two.
will-
They
yeah,
both
I've
have
had
two
to, like,
containers.
Put pills in her throat, hold her mouth closed to get her. To
I
swallow.
did that this morning. So,
With her.
with a different dog.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, with her, we put it in bread.
He had
and
surgery,
The
so.
pill has come out in her mouth, and she'll spit the pill out and eat the rest of the bread.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
That's what he does
which
to
in
me. I
turn
was-
makes me
Yeah.
hold her.
The peanut
Like
butter
2 nights
worked
ago, I was
perfect.
ready
Okay.
to punch this
you.
dog in the face. Yeah, he's a blue heeler, and so he's a nut anyway. And he would just will not. I'm like, I fed you like 6 slices of cheese, and every time I give it to you, you like spit the pill out. So I'm like,
We're done with the cheese.
we're done with the cheese. Like
Right.
you're gonna take the pill now.
Right.
Like it's not gonna be good.
Yep.
You're not gonna like it.
Is that what it?
Yeah.
They're
So we
crazy.
like crushed it
Oh,
up
yeah.
in like aluminum. I crushed it up in aluminum foil,
Uh-huh.
like with a rock,
Uh-huh.
and then mixed it with water,
Yeah.
and then used a syringe and just shot it
There
down
you go.
into his mouth, and was like, nope.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mouth closed.
So sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Gotta do
But
what you gotta do.
To be fair, though,
peanut butter is the easiest.
the two
That's
blue
right.
healers we have are like the blue healers.
Yeah.
Like one of them's actually a sport dog.
Oh, he's in the truck
Like,
right now.
He will actually, if you threw the ball over like to the end of that tennis court, he would be there and back in what, 15 seconds?
Yeah,
That's what my
he-
daughter's dog is.
he'd be
That's
sprinting.
dog. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be sprinting. Yeah. So, circling back to the context thing, I gave you 3 of them, but not the 4th one. The 4th one's the important one in this case. So you got obedience, you've got crazy, doing whatever they want in the backyard, and you've got structured activities with you, like playing with them, or some other kind of thing that is fulfillment to them, like where you're cooperating together, like, hey, let's go pee on this tree, dude, which he'll probably pee on it again.
Uh-huh. Yep.
You gonna do it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Mark it
Like
again.
I've only peed on it
Yeah.
200 times.
But that's
I
like for
mean-
us, that was a cooperative activity. I
Right.
got him to do that,
Yep.
right? So that's in that context. The other one is, this is the 4th out of those 4, is
Don't be starting that. I just got grass to grow again.
free, but chill, right? So think you guys are sitting on your couch, and the dogs are out with you guys, and they're hanging out, and you guys are watching TV. So you're watching the game, watching whatever series, whatever TV series you guys are watching together currently. Right now I'm watching The Shield with my wife.
Blue Bloods.
Which one?
Blue Bloods.
Oh
We,
yeah,
like, restarted
that's
from
on our
season
list
1.
eventually.
Yeah.
We were doing Chicago Fire for a little bit. We
do
watched
all
The
three
Rookie.
of the Chicago's.
Yeah, we watched The Rookie. Right now we're watching The Shield. I recommend. It's an older show.
Yeah, I think
I think
Yeah,
you've seen
you've
that
probably
one,
seen it.
too.
Yeah, really good show. But we're watching that right now. But yeah, you guys are chilling. Dogs are chilling. What are they doing? They're free. What are they doing?
laying on the floor.
Laying on the floor. Maybe they get up. They walk around. What they're not doing is romping, right? So that's the context that matters when you have guests over. So what happens a lot of times is, and like if I went back like 6 months ago, I would have told you to do this. I've been like, put them on place, right? Just tell them they have to stay on place, and that's it.
Right.
But if you think about it, that's not actually that's not what you really want, right?
No, I want them to behave.
Yeah, that's a
Be normal.
Band-Aid. Yeah, you just want a dog that's out with everybody, being a dog, and maybe they do something kind of like stupid, but they're normal. They're walking around and they go greet everybody. Maybe they beg for food for a second, but then they walk off, and like they're just there.
They're just there.
Yeah,
They're quiet.
They're not like,
Right.
you know, like, oh my god, like, you know, like woo, you know, like they're not like all over the place, right?
Yep.
So the question is, how do you get that? The question is how you get that. So
Luna, here.
earlier when I was talking to you
Sit.
guys about the like evaluation, and then getting cooperation of some kind, and then fulfillment, then you have socialization, which they're very well socialized. Then the last thing you get is authority, right? So in that kind of context, what you want to have is a way to tell them, dude, enough. No more of this.
No.
Right? Stop
Sit.
it. Right? Nope. Nope.
Dude.
Nope. Nope.
Luna's like, I'm getting out of
No.
here.
Right.
So that's exactly how you do it. Now, how do you feel when you do it? Like a demon. Frankly, it makes me feel like a savage of some kind, right? But if you think about it in dog terms, do you ever see dogs using positive reinforcement on each other? Not really. No, like they play and stuff, but like if they want to tell the other one to stop doing that, they don't go like, okay,
No, they
all
bark
right.
or move.
You wanna,
somehow.
like-
Yeah.
do you
Why
want
they pick
this?
them up
I'll
with their
give you
mouth
this
and
if you do, if you stop, right? Like no, they're like, oh.
Right.
And the other dog's like, whoa, my bad. I was playing too rough, sorry. Right?
You get like a puppy, like a shepherd puppy,
Yeah,
and like another dog.
yeah.
The dog, the shepherd has deemed that dog needs to be corrected.
They'll
You
normally
will-
enforce.
You will
Yeah.
see like just the mouth go on them.
Right? They'll
Yeah.
correct, right? So you basically play that role, right? So what I would recommend is you choose the house as that context. So in that house, you don't want dogs going crazy. If they
Right.
want to go crazy, you go outside and you hang out with them and they run around and have a great time. Inside the house, they don't.
Right.
And the first time you have a guest over will be the best time to do it first. Now, the one thing that a lot of time people worry about is like, okay, well, I look evil in front of my friends. But
I just want normal dogs.
exactly.
Just out here.
For me, what I care about is that the dogs and the people are able to coexist and have a good time, right? Because if you look at it from Gunny's perspective, would he rather go to the basement and hear everything going on upstairs and want to be up there desperately, or be up there, make a bad decision, get talked to, have a conversation with dad or mom, and then go, my bad, and stop doing that? Definitely number two. But get to be part of the fun, right? Every time, every dog wants number two, right? So the analogy that's my favorite to give is, you guys, any kids?
Yeah, but they're older.
How old now?
18
18
are the
and over.
youngest.
Oh, 6. So then you're okay. Then you'll know what I'm talking about. Then I have a 14-year-old. Yeah, you know exactly. You'll get it. You'll get this analogy perfectly. You've lived it. It'll be easy.
Okay.
Girls or boys?
Some of both.
One of both? Some
Yeah,
of both?
some of
Multiple?
both.
Oh, cool.
Well, yeah, we're
6. See, I need to get on your level
here,
right
so-
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I've
yeah,
got
even
2
better.
boys and
You guys
he's
are
got 2
blended like that Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
Blending. Yes. Good. Okay.
Oh, that's right up your alley.
Yeah. They are blending. I'm picturing Terry Crews popping his pecs right now.
I love that movie.
Yeah. So, what do you do? If you picture that and you got your kid, say you got it, say it's one of your boys, say it's 10, he's 10 at that age, right? You got a bunch, he's playing with a bunch of his friends. They're all running around having a good time. And your kid hauls off, just like you're watching them and they're not doing anything. And then it seems seemingly out of nowhere, your kid just like hauls off and like decks the other one, punches him right in the face. Other kid starts crying, whatever, right? Yeah, say that happens. Well, you got to do something about it, right? So do you go, my kid's name's Jaden, so do you go,
Luna.
hey,
No.
you know, Jaden,
No.
don't do that. And he goes, okay, I won't do that again. And then you're like, okay. And he's like, runs off and starts playing with his friends again, right? Yeah, and he might do it again, right?
Right.
Well, and that jumps to the point is, are they gonna do it again? Probably. Or do you go, dude, get over here. What was that, right? And then the whole vibe changes. Nobody's having fun anymore.
Luna, here.
Nobody's having fun anymore, right?
Sit.
Everything stops and he's in trouble, right? He gets talked to and then there's some kind of punishment after that. Like if I wanted, in this case, he's 14, I'm not gonna spank him. They'll probably have a good effect.
Right.
Yeah. That, in my opinion, that very often does not work on 14-year-old
Right.
boys. That just makes them angry.
Yeah.
So what I probably do is tell him like, all right, no VR for 2 weeks, right? Because he plays VR, which makes me dizzy. But
Very Gen Z
I
punishment.
get nauseous. Yeah, it's very Gen Z punishment. But I'm like, no VR for 2 weeks, right? And he gets free reign. I let him do what he wants with that kind of thing. He plays late at night. He has a good time. So if I take that, then it's like, next time he's out doing it, he's gonna be like, I'm not gonna do that again, right? That was a big problem. That sucked a lot, right? What you're trying to get is exactly the same feeling from your dog. So say you guys are all hanging out, dogs come out. What I would do in this case, let one out at a time first, when you first do it, just to get a handle on it. So let one out, whichever one you think will be easiest first. Let them be for a little bit, yeah. Maybe Gunny, yeah. And so let Gunny out, let him come out, and maybe he goes, dang, woo, right? And he's like, ew, and then he starts to go jump on somebody or won't leave somebody alone. The very first time you see him do it, do what I just did, right? Where I went, nope, and then I popped it. And I went, nope, and I popped it. Pretty hard, right? Now you're not out here like chopping wood or anything, right? But you're like, nope, and popping it pretty hard, right? How do you know if you've done it correctly? I have one example, there'll be a second one soon, that's on YouTube. One of them, I'm gonna clip it out, but it's with a dog named Milo. It's actually a dachshund, so I look like the devil. Yeah, because he squeals a little bit.
He's a little
Yeah, he's
thing.
just a little thing, but he was attacking another dog,
Ouch.
right? So, it's like, okay, like if anything merits it, like, hey, attacking things, not okay, right?
Right.
Don't attack people, don't attack dogs. Attack ducks, no, don't attack ducks. But don't do that, right? So, you know that you did it right by what you see from the dog. That's universal for all dog training. If your dog looks depressed, like, then if you're trying to play with them, you're not playing with them correctly,
Right.
right? But if you're like playing with them and they're like, woo, and they're obviously having a great time, you're doing it right,
Doing it right.
right? You would be like, hey, like, what's wrong? I'm doing it wrong, right? Same thing with the flip side. I found it's very easy to get people to recognize, oh, I rewarded the dog. But it's hard to get people to recognize, oh, I punished the dog, right? Because in that case, all it is just a punishment. You're not giving them a command first or anything like that. You're just punishing the thing they did,
Right.
right? So you know that you did it right when they go, you want to, it's one of the only times that you ever want to see your dog kind of cower and act like there's like a little like Sarah McLachlan
Yeah.
style, like ASPCA, like in the arms of the angel stuff,
Right.
where they're like, right? You want to see that in your dog's face. And then as soon as you get that and you feel like it was sufficient for them to go, all right, Because what you're trying to get is for them to everything stopped, pause. That's what you're looking for. Because if you don't, it's kind of like telling the kid, hey, don't do that, and he's like, okay, and like keeps going, right? Because Gunny does that all the time, right? You do a little pop, and he's like, right, and keeps going and doing what he's doing. That's not gonna work, because then he's just gonna go right back to jumping in that circumstance.
So how do we don't have a leash on him in the house, so what do you do in the house? Like,
right, so with guests.
Or without leash, like what is the
without leash? What I would
leash?
do is, at first, when you first do it, bring him out on a leash.
Okay.
Right? But don't put any control. Just let him be out at the end of the leash. You could use this, like a flexi, and let him just kind of go do what he's doing. Or you could use a long line. That's probably the easiest one. You can get one from Tractor Supply for like $15. I have one in my back pocket right now, actually. Like that. It's 25 feet long. Let him drag it around a little bit. It'll just drag on the floor. Use that. Hey, Gunny. Gunny! Good job. Do that first. That way you have something to pick up and use.
Okay.
Right? Then, if you are off leash, you have two options. You could use the e-collar. You could say, don't do that. Nope. And tap, tap, tap on the e-collar.
Okay.
The other option is you could just go over there and make it a problem another way, right? So you could just, if he has that collar on, you could go over there and be like, hey, don't do that, right? Nope, and then pop using your hand.
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
And then you can use spatial and social pressure and be like, get in his face, right? Until you get, because all it matters is you get a particular result.
Right. Yeah.
He pauses, he's looking at you now, he's paying attention to you. With Gunny, you'll see him do this. Like that.
Okay.
Not all dogs do that, but he does that. He blinks a whole bunch. He'll kind of like, right?
Nope.
That's all you're looking for.
Okay.
As soon as you get that, sick, it's over, and then all you do is this. Okay. Like nothing happened. And you let him go do his thing. You go, break, good. Right? Because what you don't want is for him to then go, I'm still in trouble.
Right.
10 minutes later, he's still suppressed.
Right.
You want him to go, oh, okay. I did something, but it didn't hurt the relationship. It didn't break anything.
Right.
Because you don't want a dog that's shut down all the time walking on eggshells.
Right.
You want a dog that's normal. Right? So you do that authority,
You want to be normal,
right? You
honey?
cause that problem, and then everything's back to normal. You say, okay, break, and they go and do whatever they're doing. Right? That's all you're looking for. You goofball.
I ain't bend it down.
Yeah.
Careful, you're gonna get shorts.
Any more questions about how that works? You can also do it if they jump, and if you don't want them to jump, just do the same thing, and they'll be very unlikely to jump. Because like if you see where we're doing is like that's a band-aid, right?
Yeah.
Where we go nope and we pop, but she goes back to jumping again.
Right.
Right? So you have to choose. Do you want them to never jump? Okay. So then if you want them to never jump on you, because he doesn't jump on me,
Right.
right? So watch him jump on me. That'd be kind of fun. But like, if you don't want him to do it, let them go do it. Don't like bait them, because that's not fair.
Right.
But if they go to jump on you naturally, go nope, and then do what I just did earlier,
Okay.
right? And make a big problem. And then they'll be like, dang, they don't like that. And then give them something alternative to do, right? Be like, okay, go over there, go sniff stuff, right? Or you could get a different thing that you want. Like you could go, Gunny, hey buddy, sit. Good job.
All
Right.
he wants.
Good job.
Literally all he
Right?
wants. That and licking.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Attention plans to jump in there too.
That's good.
Whenever
Hi,
one of
guys.
them gets attention, the
Good.
other one's always like, "What about me?"
Gunny.
Oh, when we used to
Good.
when we take him for walks.
Yeah.
If she was 5 paces
Good.
ahead and he's back there
Good.
sniffing around, she will start barking and crying because
Good.
she can't go
Yeah.
too far from him. She wants to be right beside him.
I love both of these dogs because they have so much character.
They
you
have
know
a
what I
lot
mean?
of
They have so
personality.
much.
They do.
Especially Gunny.
They do.
I like Gunny though because he just he's just trying to live his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'd see him when we were on the way to the park. He just look at me like I'm just trying to live my
I'm just
life.
trying to live my life.
I like it.
Absolutely.
Nope.
All right, right here, right there. Nope. 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 Right? See how she. Okay, go, good girl, good. All right, now happy time's back, right?
Got it.
Tail's back wagging.
Yep.
She's good again, right? And so if you do that when she jumps on you,
Okay.
then she'll be like, oh, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
I got bad results, right?
That makes sense.
Good job. But then you can be like, you can give them an alternative, right? Oh, good job. Calm petting. Yeah, calm petting. Because they're going to give back to you what you're giving to them. So if you go like this, Gunny, oh yeah, dude. Good job, dude. Oh yeah. Right? Or if you do that to Luna, she's going to be jumping all over you.
Oh yeah.
Right? So if you do that, it's your fault, right? Because you're playing with them. That's how they play,
Yeah.
right? I tell people the same thing if their dog is mouthy. I'm like, well, how do dogs play? They bite each other. They mouth each other a bunch. So if you're doing that to them and you're like, oh, then they're going to do it,
Yeah.
right? But if you're like, hey, buddy, good job, good boy, then they're not going to do it. And then if they do, you can correct them because you didn't give them the cue to do that, right? Nope.
Break.
Nope.
Break.
No.
He's funny because if you tell him
No.
like no, like you'll be looking at it and he'll be like,
Good boy.
he
Come
won't
on.
look at you.
Good job, dude.
Like, screw you.
Good boy.
Like, he'd just be like, I'm not looking at you.
If you can't see me, I can't see you.
Yeah. Good job, dude. Good. Yeah. So that's how you get rid of that kind of problem behavior with you,
Okay.
right? Because he's not doing it to me, but he's doing it to you. And so then what's the difference? Right?
Authority.
That's it. Yeah. So then the way to establish that is to do what I just did there.
Got it.
And then you can teach them, hey, don't do that. And then you can transfer that to whoever you have over. If you do that, then when you're around, they're going to be like, I'm not doing that. It's a bad idea, right? And so then the only thing that comes in there is you got to be super consistent about it,
Right.
right? Because if sometimes it's cool and other times it's not,
Right. It's confusing.
it's confusing.
Yep.
The only exception to that is if you teach them to do it on command. So if you're like, okay, up, and then that means there is an acceptable context
Right.
for them to do it.
Right.
But any other time's unacceptable,
Right.
right? Actually, there's one creative one that I remember, a dog trainer that I worked with did. The dog had a problem digging in the trash, and so he taught him to retrieve things off the top of the trash can, but punished him if he dug in the trash. So then it's like, hey, look, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can get really close. You can touch the trash can. Nothing wrong with the trash can. You don't have to avoid the trash can.
Right.
You could get something off the trash can if I ask you to. You could go over and touch the trash can. You can do all kinds of things. But if you start to dig in the trash, then there's a big
We
problem.
got a problem.
Yeah. So it's the same thing with like jumping or
Right.
like
Okay.
they can cuddle with somebody, right? They can go up and sniff them. So you can be like, okay, go do that. Let them sniff. But then as soon as they do the other thing, that's when the problem happens. Yeah, because you don't want to create like an aversion where they don't want to go sniff someone.
Right.
Because they're
Right.
friendly dogs.
Yeah. They want to be.
Like when I had him, when I was living by myself, I had an ottoman that I sat and ate dinner every night. He would literally walk up and lay his face on the ottoman with his nose right at the edge of my plate, just sniffing the food. Wouldn't touch it, wouldn't try to take